Hello! It's been a while since I posted that first video from South Point, and I've been crazy busy with getting ready to go to Japan and everything, and I thought I'd post a little bit of my preparations and what I'm getting ready, or what I've gotten ready to go to Japan. And, just basic stuff that I've gotten and collected, and probably stuff I didn't need to collect and that's going to take up place in my luggage, but I got it anyway because it'll be interesting and good stuff for, my kids and everything. I did find out my placement. I'm going to be in Kanagawa Prefecture, and I will be teaching high schoolers. So it's a little different than what I was expecting. I was kind of expecting to probably be teaching middle school or junior high or elementary, but I'm still really excited. I'll be able to talk to them a lot more, so I'm really excited. But I did get a whole bunch of stuff for just to show to them. One thing I got was bleach, and this is from Borders or Barnes & Noble, and it's all in English, so they can look at it and kind of say, oh, I like bleach and it's in English. And then there's this one that I got at Edward McKay's, and it is actually in Japanese, and it was like 50 cents, so you can't go wrong. And I could look at them and compare the two, and they could look at this one and whatever. What else I got was, so that's the shonen, the kind of boy manga that they have, and then there's shoujo, which is kind of the girl manga, and I got the Ultimate Fruits Basket manga. It's got two, fruits basket in it, and it's in English, again, so that the students can look at it and say, oh, yay. And Fruits Basket is one of my favorite manga. I love the art, and I love the story. It's just a really cutesy little thing. Another thing I got, I looked everywhere for one of these, and it took me forever to find it, and it is a U.S. wall map. And this one's huge. It's like 4 feet by 4 feet. And it was really cheap, and, I've lived in a lot of places, so I could say, I'm from North Carolina, but I've lived in California, I've lived in Georgia and New Mexico, and put little pins where I've been. And, if the students have been in different places, I don't know if any of them might have traveled. I know sometimes they might have. But if any of them have, then they could put pins in too, and it might be an interesting little thing to look at. And I showed this in the last video from South Point, but I'm going to show it again. I got my North Carolina tour guide books that is in the 5 different languages, and it's in Japanese. So, I'm going to give these as omiyage, as presents, and I could also have one. I also bought one for me so that I could take to my school and show my kids. And they're going to be high schoolers, so they're going to be a little more advanced, so it might be a little better for them. But I got a handful of those. I got 4 of them, and I also contacted my local office, the tourism office of North Carolina, and said, I'm going to Japan. Do you have anything that you might be able to give me? And of course they haven't responded because I just did that today. So, but that's just stuff that I got. I also was thinking on the way of omiyage, trying to figure out, something to give for my colleagues, something not too big, and I got these. Now, peanuts, they're really good. I love peanuts. And these are actually made in Henderson, North Carolina, which is about an hour from Raleigh, where I live. And they're from the peanut roaster, and they're made in Henderson, so they're made in North Carolina. So that's something made here that is from North Carolina that I could bring to them. So that's a very good thing. And I also bought something a little bit bigger for maybe more important people, and they're Moravian cookies. Tasty little wafer cookies, really small, and these are actually made in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And mind you, that's about 3 hours away, but it's still North Carolina. So, and they're Moravian cookies, and they're tasty. I bought 3 of these and 7 of these. I might buy more if I find out something from my predecessor that I might need more. Alright, so that's basically all I brought for, that I'll need for classes. Now, I've been trying to study Japanese, practice Japanese and stuff, and I've seen a bunch of different vlogs out there about people studying Japanese, so I'm just going to put my thoughts out there, and a lot of them are the same as everybody else's. But what I'm doing is I have lots of Japanese books. I have tons of Japanese books. The Genki series, I absolutely love it. That's what I started learning Japanese with. I actually scanned all of my Japanese books into my computer. Is it a lot of work and too much effort? Probably, but I've probably got 6 Japanese books in my computer, and that's like a lot of weight that I'm not going to be carrying on the plane. So I've got my Genki books scanned into my computer, and my workbooks. I have some of the work pages filled out, of course, but some of the work pages aren't. I also have the Remembering the Kanji. Heising, I think, is who does it, and it's a really good little memory of the kanji, and it's been suggested by so many people, so I got those books and scanned them into my computer. And I also got a program called Japanese Now, or not a program, sorry, a book called Japanese Now, and it's a really old book, really old, but it's really good because it doesn't rely as much on Romaji as all the other books do. There's lots of books that you have written no hiragana, no katakana, and that can be a crutch, and it can really hurt you if you don't try and learn the letters. So these books, there's 3 levels of them, and they're very good in the fact that they do have the Japanese letters rather than the Romaji. And the last thing I got to study is, I've been threatening to buy one of these for the longest time, and I found one of these on Craigslist, which is like, if you don't know what it is, it's like a little used site that people post their stuff that they're trying to sell. I bought a DS. I hate pink. Really much. I hate pink, but I got a pink one because it was cheap. And with it, I got the My Japanese Coach. Of course, I bought it in a case, but My Japanese Coach. And it's really cute so far. It's really good. And it's a really good way for me to learn because, you know, it's a video game. So I say, hey, it's a video game. I'm not learning something. But it's really helpful. It really is. And you could write stuff. You could make sure your writing's right. You can make sure your pronunciation's right. And it goes through vocabulary and grammar. And it's really, really helpful. And I'm having fun with it. And I bought 2 other games with it, too. So that's not the point. But, and other than that, I got a program on my computer that I got from another YouTuber, Padawa Kim, Anki, or Anki, I don't know which it's called, but it's basically like a flashcard program, and you can make your own flashcards. And I was making all of my own flashcards for Genki, and it was taking forever. And then my former roommate, you know, she was like, I have something for you. It's going to help you out a lot. And she gave me all of these note cards. And this whole bag is filled up to like right here with note cards from Genki. So they were given to her by a friend who was finished with Japanese, and she gave them to me because she didn't need them anymore because she's much more advanced than I am in Japanese. So it was very helpful, and I could not thank her enough. I mean, they're going to be so helpful, and I won't have to go through the time to put them on there, and my time's running a little bit short because I'm leaving in a month and a week. It's crazy how quickly time flies, but I'm leaving soon. I'm actually going to Alaska first, but it's going to be fun. But anyway, this is running about 8 minutes, and I think that's the limit YouTube lets, so I will end it here. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and if you have any comments, feel free to do that too. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.